Let's start the obvious one. Is there an update on Sam?
Yeah, Sam is, he's had a couple good days in a row as the concussion protocol goes, return to play. If all goes well, he should be back Sunday and available Monday.
And then we just talked to Jalen. It seems like he's embraced being the leader, being the face of this team. What were those conversations like with him and the challenges that you gave him about taking on that role?
Well, Jalen, he commands everybody's respect by his effort and his attitude and his mentality. He's earned that. Every day in practice, he comes ready to go. He's vocal, he's energy, he's positive, and it's a natural respect. So he commanded every respect by that every day. My message to Jalen is to be great what he's good at. I'm not asking for a different Jalen Moore in terms of coming out and running the point guard or hitting step back threes. I want him to be great at what he's good at. And what he's really, really good at is transition, rebounding. He's really improved his step in three. Straight line drives to the basket, playing off 2 feet, finishing through contact. Defense, being a menace, distracting on defense, getting his hand on ball, starting DCOs, creating our offense with defense. And I want him to be great at those things. I don't want, that's the thing that for him is to keep building on that.
Porter, you just laid out something that I was going to ask you about. Jalen on the floor last year, it seems like he's a guy, like his scoring went up when conference play started, his rebounding went up, he was efficient all year. Just how did you see him maybe grow on the floor last year, and where can he maybe even build on what he showed last year?
Well, his confidence grew, but also his skill level and not playing outside of a level of difficulty. Sometimes people try to make things a lot harder than they were, and he got really good at getting his feet set, knocking down that shot, finishing through contact, getting a basket or here on offensive rebound, a basket or here on transition, and those are the things that he started to realize, and he's a guy you don't have to run. Like last year, he's a guy we didn't run a lot of plays for, but he naturally was involved in a lot because of his activity, and that's what I want. I don't want him to think there's extra pressure that we got to run 20 plays for him, or he's got to create for the whole team because he's the leader. He doesn't need to be that creator, because he's a leader. He just needs to be great at what he's good at, and that's really what my big message for him has been.
For extra scrimmage, you look like you have a bunch of guys that can play, so I don't envy you trying to get this down to 7 or whatever it's going to be. But talk about just trying to go through this process. I guess you'll start on Monday, right, and just try to work good in the non-conference.
It is. It's going to be a process of that, and it's a good problem, but it's hard to get everybody in a flow when you play that many guys. So we'll start. We're in that process. But I'm going to give a lot of guys a chance early to do that. Everybody's been having their moments. I mean, there's days and scrimmages where this guy's done well and that well, and looking for a consistency, and looking for some guys, rotations that play well together.
Porter, you guys got Glenn Taylor really late in the offseason after the injury to Jeff, but what drew you to him in the portal, and what is it that you like about that he brings to this team?
What drew us is we lost a SEC type athlete in Jeff. Jeff was 6'6", athletic, plays both ends, and that's what we lost. We just felt like we needed another SEC type of athlete with some experience, and so we did get Glenn late. And the thing that I liked about Glenn the other night was he has 100 or so games under his belt, at a high level. He's got athletic ability, physical size, experience, and I think since he missed the summer, I think he was coming in. He's such a good kid. He wanted to do right, and sometimes when you're just trying to do right, you're not as aggressive. You're just trying not to make a mistake. And I've really been talking to him this week about, be confident, hold your head high. That hey, man, I have played 100 games, and come in here and be aggressive. Make mistakes out of being aggressive. Get your athleticism into the game. Sometimes that also happens when you're trying not to do right. Is you don't get your athleticism into the game because you're thinking too much, And that's the thing with Glenn is I thought the other night man, he really got his athleticism game. I thought that was his, out of the 3 scrimmages, that was his best by far. And that was encouraging. He knocked down a 3, he ran in transition, he took it to the basket, I thought he defended. And he got his athleticism of the game and really wanted to build on that with Glenn.
Or it seemed like Duke really came into his own like, near the end of the scrimmage, and I think the word Jalen used was consistency with him every day. How big has he been for your club just ahead of the season?
He's been our best defender, most active defender, and consistent on offense as well. And the good thing about it is everyone will say that he's been the most consistent, and he hasn't shot it well for his standards or our, like what we think he can do. So that's only going to improve, is him shooting the ball. But he can get you downhill, he can take a bump. He's a very physical defender. And I mean, probably one of the more physical defenders I've had since Goldwire, my first year. He's very, very physical, and love that. Yeah, he's been consistent and really reliable on both ends.
Porter, I know you said that you feel like this team is better shooting than what you had last year. I think between Jadon, Bryson, and Kobe, you added 3 elite level shooters to the roster. Just how do you foresee that maybe affecting the style of play for the team this year?
Well, I'm hoping we shoot it better. That's the thing is we surely didn't the other night, but that was one of the reasons why I wanted to do that red-white scrimmage, because when you do 2 scrimmages, we did the same thing last year. We did 2 high-level scrimmages, away from home, and with so many newcomers, you just wanted to get the game day routine. And I thought it kind of showed. I thought we had some nervous energy the first 5 or 7 minutes the other night, just from everybody. Just even the pace, I was like, we've been playing much faster. So I think that comes with it. I think the shooting is, we had some really good shooters last year. We shot 34.5% from 3. You'd like to be north of 37, 38. We had, I think, 35 to 36% of our shots came from 3. Definitely want to be north of 40% to 45% of our shots from 3. We've been working on it and doing it. And, with that, you got to get guys that can get each other threes. That's a big key. And we just need some more guys. I think Jeremiah can get you downhill. Dayton, Duke, and Kobe, they got to get Jadon some shots. They got to get Bryson some shots. They got to be looking to knock down their own. Jalen's got to be taking the right shots. You need the right guys taking the right shots, and we've been working on that. But I just definitely want to be a team that's spacing, playing with pace and space. Utilizing the 3 for sure.